She walked into the room and every head turned, not for sequins, not for youth, but for the way she moved with quiet command. Her pants weren't trendy, weren't loud, but they fit. Like she'd finally stopped apologizing for existing fully. They didn't shape her, they supported her. They didn't hide her, they honored her. Because at 60, a woman's elegance shifts. It becomes less about appearance and more about presence. She's no longer dressing to impress strangers. She's dressing to meet herself with softness, with dignity. We've all stood in that harsh dressing room light, pulling at waistbands, asking, why don't these feel like me? Why does everything pinch, sag, cling in the wrong places? It's not you, it's them. Most pants weren't made for your season, they were stitched for someone else's story. But now there's a new way of getting dressed, one where pants align with your energy, where they don't chase trends, but follow grace. These 6 pants don't just flatter, they empower, they celebrate the shape of experience, the elegance of truth. They straighten posture, lift your silhouette, and remind you that style is a form of self-respect, not about shrinking, but about showing up when fabric flows instead of fights, when waistbands cradle instead of cut, when the mirror feels like an ally, not an enemy. That's not fashion, that's a homecoming. So if you've been settling for pants that dull your light, let this be the moment you remember. You're still magnetic, still evolving, still worthy of clothes that move with you, not against you. Let's begin with the first pair, the one every woman over 60 deserves to own. If elegance had a blueprint, the high-waisted trouser would be its first line drawn, not loud, not trendy, but steady and grounding, like a deep breath in fabric form. These are not just pants, their posture, their poise, their power quietly held at the natural waist, because as we age, our shape evolves. Waistlines soften, hips settle, backs round, but these trousers, they don't punish that. They praise it. They sit where your strength still lives, right at the center of your frame, creating a long line from heart to heel. No pulling, no adjusting, no wondering if they'll betray you. Halfway through the day, they hold you like you deserve to be held, secure but never restricted. Pair them with something tucked, a silk blouse, a crisp shirt, even a cashmere knit, pulled just so. Let your waist be seen. Let your silhouette speak. Add a belt. If you want to say, I'm here, without raising your voice, layer on a crop jacket. If you want to balance power with softness, structure with soul, and the fabric, it matters more than most realize. Choose structure, but with kindness. Wool blends, crepe sturdy cotton with give, nothing clingy, nothing flimsy, nothing desperate to impress. These trousers aren't for blending in. They're for belonging in your body, in your moment, in the stage of life that holds nothing back. A woman in high-waisted trousers doesn't need approval. She already gave herself permission, long ago. She's not trying to look younger, she's trying to look like herself, and she's succeeding. Because style after 60 isn't about the eyes of others, it's about how it feels. When you walk, sit, breathe, and finally feel at home in pants that don't just fit but understand. There's something about linen that breathes like memory, soft, unrushed, real. It doesn't hide wrinkles, it honors them. It doesn't cling. It floats, moves with you, like a breeze you forgot, you deserved. Wide leg linen pants are not just pants. They're permission to exhale, to step outside and feel the sun on your skin, without worrying. If your body looks perfect, because linen doesn't care about perfect, it cares about peace. These pants don't squeeze, they skim, they don't shout, they whisper, I am at ease with myself. And that's more elegant than any trend. The wide leg gives space for movement, for breath, for softness. And when paired with a tucked-in blouse or a structured top, they balance grace with groundedness. A French tuck, a rolled sleeve, a layered necklace. Suddenly, you're not dressing, you're curating. Choose neutrals, soft white, olive sand, stormy gray, the shades that say I've lived and I've let go. For petite women, don't fear the fabric, just focus on fit, a defined waist, vertical seams, a hem that hovers, not drowns. Linen works best when it's honest. A little crease here, a fold there. That's not imperfection, that's poetry. Pair it with sandals, a woven bag, a quiet smile, and you'll understand why the happiest women over 60 don't wear linen, they become it. Because wide leg linen pants aren't just a style, they're a philosophy that comfort and elegance can live in the same breath, that you don't have to trade beauty for ease, that you don't need to chase form to feel whole. You just need space to move, to soften, to be. Not everything elegant needs to flow. Some things are sharp, clean, precise. Enter the slim ankle pant. Not skinny, not clingy, just right. It follows your shape without squeezing it, respects your lines without trying to redefine them. This pant is calm. It says, I'm here, but doesn't need to shout. It doesn't chase attention, it commands it quietly. Ending just above the ankle, it brings balance to your frame, highlights the slimmest part of the leg, gives the illusion of length without the drama, and because it stops short, it opens space for your shoes to speak. Loafers, pointed flats, ballet slippers, block heels, even the occasional kitten heel. Suddenly the entire outfit breathes. It's the kind of piece that makes you stand taller, not because it tightens, but because it honors the elegance already in you. This pant is structure without stiffness, polish without pressure, ease without laziness. It pairs beautifully with a crisp blouse, a tailored jacket, a fine knit, even a long-line tunic that sways slightly. As you walk, you feel put together but not dressed up, refined, but still completely yourself. It doesn't pull, it smooths, it lifts, it defines, it meets you where you are and quietly helps you go farther. Monochrome makes it regal, black on black, cream on cream, navy and white. A study in simplicity that never tries too hard, but it plays well with bold prints too. With soft scarves, with gold bangles, it adapts without disappearing. It's for errands, lunches, flights, dinners, quiet mornings, and spontaneous plans, for walking into a room and not adjusting a thing, not tugging, not second guessing, just moving gracefully forward. Slim ankle pants say, I've thought about this, but not for too long, because true elegance is never overworked. It's curated and composed, and women over 60 know this better than anyone, that dressing well isn't about youth. It's about knowing how you want to feel. And this pant feels like confidence in motion, not stiff, not soft, just steady, just sure. No apology, no hesitation, just presence. And sometimes that's all you need to turn a regular day into one. You'll remember, not for what you wore, but how it made you feel. There are days when structure feels heavy, when zippers, buttons, seams feel like too much, but you still want to feel beautiful, to look deliberate, to move with grace. That's where the soft knit pant comes in. It doesn't shout, it doesn't pull, it doesn't squeeze. It wraps, holds, supports. Not like armor, but like a gentle hand, saying, you're okay, you're allowed to exhale now. These are not your old lounge pants, not the saggy, shapeless ones you wear when no one sees you. These are different. They're sculpted. They skim the body. They speak in soft lines, not sloppy ones. Choose fabric with weight, not bulk ribbed jersey, ponte knit, a soft viscose blend, something that says comfort but still keeps its promise to flatter the waistband, should hold but never dig. The leg can be gently tapered or wide, but not so wide you disappear. These pants whisper elegance in your living room, on the porch, at the cafe. And when paired with intention, they elevate you. Try a tucked-in blouse, a draped cardigan, a soft cashmere pullover. Add a pendant, a silk scarf, pointed flats, or white sneakers. And suddenly, you've gone from cozy to composed. Even your posture responds, because feeling relaxed doesn't mean looking tired. We dress not just for others, but for ourselves, to remind our reflection that yes, we still matter. These pants say you can rest without retreating, you can relax and still radiate. They are for the woman who wants ease but also a little elegance with her tea, a little grace in her groceries, for the woman who's been through decades and deserves clothing that meets her exactly where she is. Soft knit pants are not about giving up, they're about giving in to softness, to stillness, to the joy of not trying so hard. Because some days we don't want structure, we want peace, and these pants deliver it without ever making you disappear. Some say denim is for the young, but let me tell you, there is nothing more radiant, more quietly bold than a woman in her 60s wearing the perfect jeans, not the distressed kind, not the skinny ones that grip and pinch and try too hard, but the straight-leg jean, calm, confident, grounded like her. These jeans don't chase trends, they honor balance. They follow your natural shape, not to hide, not to squeeze, but to say, this is me now. And I like it. The straight leg silhouette is timeless. It smooths, it lifts, it flows down the leg without clinging, it lengthens. Without needing heels, it flatters without exaggeration. Start with a mid or high-rise waist because your core deserves support, because no woman should tug at her waistband. After every step, avoid the gimmicks. Skip the rips, the acid washes, the wild fading. You've lived long enough to wear denim that speaks with clarity, not chaos. Choose a dark rinse or a rich indigo. These shades bring instant elegance and pair with everything now. How to style it. This is where you shine. Pair with a silk blouse for contrast, a tucked-in tee and blazer for quiet power, or a soft sweater that falls just right. Shoes, pointed flats, low-block heels, or sleek loafers, each adds its own rhythm. The straight-leg jean is your canvas, your foundation, your story, written in denim. And no, this isn't about looking younger, it's about dressing with certainty. You don't need to dress like you're 30. You need to dress like you've seen the world and still choose beauty. Each morning, these jeans say, I've grown, I've softened, I've strengthened, and I'm still evolving. That's not just fashion, that's identity. That's the power of finding the right fit and claiming it like a second skin. So wear them. Walk into the room and let them see that denim still belongs to you. There are pants that cover the body, and there are pants that awaken the soul. Flowing dress pants, palazzo trousers, are not just garments, they are declarations of softness and strength, dancing together. When you step into them, you don't just get dressed, you begin to move with meaning. Every step feels longer, every turn more graceful, because these pants don't confine, they release, they don't hide, they reveal not skin, but spirit. They say, I don't need structure to feel powerful. I don't need stiffness to show confidence. They glide like water, like wind, like a story. You've been waiting to tell high-waisted always, because elevation begins from the core, and fabrics should whisper, not shout. Choose draped crepe, silk blends, lightweight satin, or fluid viscose, something that catches the air but never clings, something that follows your rhythm, not fights it. Avoid bulky pleats, harsh seams, or fabrics too thick. Elegance needs flow, not weight. Now, let's talk color, neutrals, always noble, but don't be afraid of a soft plum, a deep teal, an evening navy. These tones hold mystery and maturity. Pair these pants with something simple to let them speak, a fitted silk blouse, a sleeveless mock neck, a fine knit top tucked in, not tight but tidy, and shoes. A sleek always, a low block heel, a pointed flat, even a refined sandal, because when your pants move, your shoes should follow, not interrupt accessories. Keep them light, a single chain, a pearl stud, a clean wristwatch. Let the pants do the storytelling. Because these pants are for evenings under string lights, for gallery visits and quiet dinners, for birthdays, for nothing at all. They're for when you remember that drama can be soft, that elegance can be loud. Without saying a word, palazzo trousers are not for hiding. They are for the woman who has stopped asking and simply is, who walks in, and doesn't need the room to notice her, but it always does because the fabric flows with her grace, and she has nothing left to prove, only presence to share. Before you step into any pair of pants, before the zipper, the seam, the silhouette, there is a choice, a quiet one that happens in your mind, the choice to honor not just how you look, but how you feel, because real style doesn't begin in the closet, it begins in the mirror of your mindset. What do you believe about your body, about aging, about who you are and who you're still becoming when you open your wardrobe? Are you choosing clothes to disappear or to declare, I am still here? The most elegant women over 60 don't dress to impress, they dress to align with the woman they've worked decades to become. They ask themselves, not will this hide my flaws, but does this reveal my grace? They don't cling to youth, they cultivate depth. They don't chase trends, they choose timelessness, not because they're behind, but because they've outgrown the noise. And here's the secret: your pants, your blouses, your shoes are not the transformation. You are. The clothes simply follow. That's why when you choose pants that fit the body you have, not the body you wish you had, you are saying, I'm done negotiating my worth. When you stand in front of the mirror in a pair of high-waisted trousers or flowing palazzos or slim ankle pants, and you feel not younger but stronger, that's when fashion becomes power. Because the greatest shift is not in your wardrobe, it's in your posture, your gaze, your walk. It's how you sit, how you speak, how you enter a room, and how you no longer shrink inside it. The truth is, you are the most powerful thing you wear. Your dignity, your softness, your presence. They are your finest fabrics. So tomorrow morning, before you choose a pant, choose a perspective. Choose one that says, my style is my story. My wrinkles are not flaws, they are folds in the page of a well-read life, because the woman you are deserves pants that rise to meet her, not hide her, not shrink her, but meet her in her full elegance. Not every pant that enters your life is meant to stay forever. Some were perfect for another season, another shape, another chapter. But just like we outgrow beliefs, we outgrow clothes, and the most graceful act is not clinging, but releasing. So today, let's not judge, let's not criticize, let's simply say thank you and let go. First, the baggy elastic waist pants that lost their shape long ago. They gave you comfort when you needed it most, but now they swallow your silhouette, blur your beauty, and pull your energy downward. They're not easing you, they're erasing you. Swap them for soft knit pants, with intention, with elegance, with quiet strength. Second, the low-rise jeans that were never designed for your frame or your confidence. They pinch where you deserve freedom. They sag where you deserve structure, and they pull attention in all the wrong directions. You don't need to shrink to wear denim. Denim should rise to honor you. High rise, mid rise, structured waist, clean lines. They don't just flatter, they respect. And third, the loud printed pants that shout over your presence. Neon splashes, chaotic florals, busy patterns that wear you instead of the other way around. You are already the story. You don't need your pants to write one for you. Elegant women choose patterns that whisper, not scream, that frame, not fight. And if you're unsure, soft neutrals, muted earth tones, classic cuts, they never betray your glow. Releasing doesn't mean regret, it means readiness. Readiness to step into clothes that feel like alignment, not obligation. Because your wardrobe is not just about covering your body, it's about expressing your values, comfort without collapse, style without strain, elegance without apology. So hold each pair gently. Say thank you and pass it on. You're not discarding. You're making room for something more true, because the woman you are now deserves pants that rise, shape, move, and speak exactly the way you do, with wisdom, with beauty, with presence. What if dressing was never about trends or impressing others, but about honoring yourself? What if your pants, your blouse, your soft cardigan were simply mirrors, reflecting back your quiet power? After 60, you don't dress for approval, you dress to feel like you, and that's enough. Every morning when you stand before your closet, you're not choosing fabric, you're choosing how to show up. Will you shrink to fit someone else's idea of beauty, or will you rise into the woman you've always been becoming? Elegance is not expensive, it's intentional. It's in the way. You press your pants with care, not perfection. It's in the moment. You slip on soft linen and feel your shoulders drop, your breath deepen. It's in choosing pieces that let you move. Stand tall and sit in stillness. You deserve clothes that serve you, not control you, that align with your rhythm. Not the rack that say, I respect myself enough to feel beautiful, even when no one's watching. Because getting dressed is not about covering up, it's about revealing the truth of who you are. Each pant, each color, each texture you place on your body can either dim your light or reflect it. Let your wardrobe be your ally, not your enemy. Let it remind you of your strength, not your size. Let it hold space for the woman you are and the woman you're still becoming. You are not fading. You are refining, and the right clothes are simply an extension of the respect you already give yourself. So tomorrow morning, don't just get dressed. Arrive fully, elegantly, unapologetically, you. Now you know these six pants aren't just clothes, they're companions. In the chapter you're writing now, they lift where life has softened. They skim where the world used to pinch. They remind you that you are not a woman of rules but of rhythm. You don't need loud patterns. You need grace in motion. You don't chase youth. You wear wisdom with a tucked blouse, a defined waist, and a quiet strength. You've outgrown clothes that don't honor you, and you've stepped into a style that listens to your breath, to your posture, to your story. You don't dress to disappear. You dress to be more fully seen. Let your closet become a gallery of reverence, not regrets. Let each pant you choose say, I deserve comfort and confidence. I deserve to move with freedom and elegance. You've never needed a trend to be relevant. Your presence, your ease, your softness, they speak louder than sequins ever could. So the next time you slip on those trousers or feel the whisper of linen, remember you are not dressing up. You are showing up for the life you've earned, the peace you've chosen, the beauty you now claim without apology. And if this reminder touched your heart, if these words made you feel seen, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more, and share it with a sister, a friend, a woman who's ready to dress, not for the world, but for the woman she finally loves being. Thank you for being here. Stay radiant, stay grounded, stay elegantly you.